As the sun begins to set at Whiteface Reservoir, Brittany, Troy, and Justin draw closer to Hanson's reported kill site.
Can you please, jeez.
Let me chop this out of the way.
Please, Louise.
Well, chop it for me, big guy, please.
Hey guys, I think we got our clearing. We're sitting in the clearing where Frank Hansen actually saw the wild men and had his kill. And when he came into the clearing, that's where he saw those wild men eating. So this would be the spot.
You want to grab the game caller?
Yep, I got it. For me to believe in the wild man, I'd have to see him with my own eyes, with evidence to bring back to show everybody else. Film, sound, samples.
I don't think they're going to draw anything out with a game call, but I'm willing to try.
If there's a wild man out here, let's draw him in. I know I want to see him.
I'd like to see something.
Let's do it.
The plan is to use a game caller because we want to be able to call out whatever's out there or bring it closer to us so we can get some eyes on it.
These things must be eating deer, so don't you think I would use a deer distress call?
Yeah.
Unless you want to hit Barry Manilow and do soft and soothing.
Let's keep watching. Something's calling back. Did you hear it? It's weird. You see anything?
Tree line is super thick.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay. We're getting onto something right now. It keeps making noise. And it's getting louder.
Hold on. Holy Listen, you got any ideas on this? I mean, I would understand if it was one deer disemboweled like this here, but I can't really say much about them being piled up. That's pretty unique to me.
Poaching. I didn't want to get caught. I don't see any bullet holes. Wolves wouldn't just leave these here.
Is there any type of animal out here that would stack and kill the way like this is?
Out here?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's plenty of animals that'll do it. You got leopards, you got grizzly bears. Those can stash a kill, but not here. Nope. Nope.
The gut being ripped open here, I don't know necessarily what would cause that.
I mean, to be fair to your research, they did say that they go into campsites
And take tools.
and steal tools.
I have no idea what kind of natural predator would do this to a deer, but I still haven't seen any evidence of a wild man running around.
So we're gonna move forward and see what we can come up with.
I'd like to get out of here before it gets to that dusk area.
Yeah, well, we got a long trek back, so I'll set you up some trail cams. I got you.
All right. We've set up the trail cameras on the dead deer to see if whatever killed them is coming back. Connected. Got it. We're connected. Hang on, I think Charlie's calling. Yeah, he's calling. Come on.
Oh gosh, leaving the fire.
Pull it up. There we go. Hey, Charlie, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
I hope you guys are getting some good stuff out there.
We are.
We believe that we actually were on Frank Hansen's original trail, and then we experienced a strange sound.
We had some odd sounds that were kind of like an infrasound, where an animal will emit a lower sound to kind of like confuse its prey.
We came back up on 3 deers that had freshly been killed, kind of stacked in place.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I have a few things I'd like to share with you.
What you got?
So some of the pamphlets in the archive, when you really get into them, what they show is that other countries were actually studying very similar type creatures, ape men, for lack of a better word. These creatures live, potentially, in a variety of climates, including where you are.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's great.
They're sort of opportunistic feeders. They will kill to eat, but they'll also eat stuff they find. But they prefer to steal raw meat to consume rather than eat cooked food, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So they would prefer if like a hunter was out here taking its fresh kill.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. When Charlie mentioned that these types of wild men have been seen all over the world and they were opportunists when it came to food, like roadkill, the deer that we found today had no bullet wounds. Justin made that very clear, which honestly, we can't rule out the fact that if the wild man does exist, and it still exists here, it might have dragged those roadkill to that spot and hit it so that it could come back and get it.
The next morning, back at the Hansen farm, Charlie and Tracy have a solution for the failed cadaverine test.
The cadaverine detector hits were inconclusive. I don't believe that anything that was put in the ground 60 plus years ago is still going to give us those emissions.
We are flying in Matrice 300. We've got a ground penetrating radar unit.
Awesome.
I like that.
That's exciting.
That's why we decided to switch to ground penetrating radar, or GPR. It will give us data points that are more conclusive and aren't subject to environmental factors like wind. And we'll see if anything comes up buried. This is probably my favorite piece of technology that we've worked with so far.
Taking off.
GPR, or ground penetrating radar, is often used by law enforcement agencies to locate hidden burial sites. By sending radar signals into the soil, it measures the strength and distance of the signals bounced back to the device to detect any unusual objects beneath the surface.
What's the depth on it? Like, how deep into the ground can it go?
So it's going to depend on a few different things, such as the frequency that you're using, the soil conditions, and things like that. But typically, we're getting ranges of 6, 8, 10 feet.
So if the conditions are right, this instrument could pick up a body so long as it's above 10 feet.
Yeah.
What about a skeleton?
Yeah.
Okay. I find it really interesting that soil quality also impacts GPR. Water, bad. Loam, bad for decomposition, good for GPR. It's so simple and strange, like how there's this intersection of soil quality and this case. Looking around the area, I do have concerns that it's a wet area. That's not great. That will increase decomposition rates. I don't have super high hopes that we're gonna find something intact.
So it looks like we just got a small hit right about here. If you could just double back over that area, Jared. Let's see if we get the same hit. So that's a strong signal right there. There's actually some sort of anomaly down underneath the ground. You can see how it's different from the rest of the data here. It kind of jumps out.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what it is right now. The only way to know is for you to go out and actually dig it up. But there is something there.
Can you send us the coordinates of where that is?
Yeah, so you just go to the location and start digging.
Back at the Whiteface Reservoir, Brittany, Troy, and Justin are returning to the site of the dead deer to collect their trail cams.
What the? Look at this.
Oh my God.
That one there is completely clean.
Oh my God.
I only see two though, Jay.
Where's the third one?
Is it back in the? Oh, it's back here.
You found it?
Yeah.
It's all the way down.
Where is it?
Holy.
This is insane.
Yeah.
So to me, it looks like they were pulled this way. It stops right here,
You can actually see the drag as it comes here. Here's an actual piece of flesh right here.
Whatever did this was in a feeding frenzy. These deer are torn apart. Now, it's not exactly the same as Frank Hansen's account of coming across the wild men feasting on the deer, but it's certainly close. I'm going to grab some samples. It's possible we can get some other DNA off of these as well. These are two really good pieces of bone to use.
It's so clean, there really isn't any smell.
I might actually even take this broken rib right here. You see this one?
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm not seeing any worthwhile prints that can tell me exactly what did this. I have a pretty good idea, but I don't want to spit it out just yet. Let's pull those SD cards and just check the cams. Tell us for sure.
All right, let me get this loose stuff out. We have to get reasonably deep here, right? Like
right.
We can't. The ground penetrating radar had a hit here. It's a data point. We don't know exactly what's down here, but there was a disturbance in the soil. So we need to attempt to identify what that disturbance was. It could just be a rock, but it's something. And flashbacks to landscaping. You know what you can do with a natural resource science major? This. You can dig holes.
I think I found something.
Tracy, come here.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a rock.
Oh, Charlie, that looks like it could be a bone.
I'm really excited about the possibility. This could be exactly what we came here for.
This bone could be related to the wild man. We'll need to get this bone tested for DNA or place its age. Anything that can help identify what this actually is.
We still need to be realistic. This could be nothing. There's cows everywhere. We heard coyotes. My imagination is running wild, and I really want to know what this is.
Okay, so I went ahead and went back and grabbed the cards from the trail cameras we set up.
Okay.
And we did get some cool shots.
Oh, look here.
Dude, that's a big old black bear right there.
Dude, look at the thickness of that.
Look at the muscle. We did get other footage.
Look, wolves. See?
Dude, look at him tear off at that thing.
I think that deer's 140 pounds, and I can't believe the density of the size of that wolf compared to that deer carcass. That's a big wolf. So clearly we see what the culprit is here. It's wolves and bears, which is exactly what Justin and I were talking about. So in my belief here, I think that what people are seeing, they're making up.
Minnesota has a large amount of predators, bears, wolves, bobcats, etc. And all the things people are talking about that they're seeing, they want to believe in this folklore. They want to believe there's a monster. But what they're probably seeing is a large predator that either has mange or hair differences, has blood on its face, can be confusing. You're scared, now you're seeing with fearful eyes and not logical eyes.
But how would you explain then Frank Hansen's original report where he stumbled upon these creatures that were eating off a deer?
Okay.
And then they got up and ran off. When Ivan Sanderson got involved, he started trying to put those pieces together to figure it out.
We need to do further investigation.
Exactly. Being in these woods, you almost can feel as though that creature is around us.
There's just too much evidence to dismiss Wildman based on one trail camera video. Our witness account happened at night, so it's possible that what we're looking for is nocturnal, and by morning, all the evidence could be disturbed by other animal activity.
And that's what I'm saying is I agree with you guys. I can see where the misidentification would come into play. But what if it comes back to feed at night?
There are parts to the story that I do firmly believe that there was something there, and I just want to know what that something is.
Brittany has a reason to believe that this thing that she's looking for may be a nocturnal. If we want to find something, the best way to do it is to go out when the animal is active. So we're going to go out at night.
Some of the largest predatory creatures are nocturnal hunters. With this in mind, perhaps cryptids are undiscovered for a reason. They prey under the dark of night. Yeah, therefore the best time to see one is the most difficult time to see one.
God, it's so dark. Jay's in front because Troy and Justin were trying to explain about wolves. They try and separate the little one, like the weakest, which out of these two, that would be me.
As far as the wolves, I'm not super worried about the wolves. We're still going to do what we do to protect, because she is correct. They will separate the weakest of it.
Wait, whoa. Is that, I think that might be, Justin, Troy, come here. I think I found a print. Come here, come look at it. Hold on. Do you see it? Oh, don't step on it. I need it.
No, there's a bunch.
Okay.
Calm down, we can't see.
I know. I need to find one that I can cast. Help me find one.
Right there. What about that one by the mud?
Okay, yeah.
Get that one
look
right
at
there
that
by
one,
the
Troy.
mud.
Look at that one.
I see it. My God, look at the size of the toe.
Whatever it is, it's fresh.
And this print is awesome because what Charlie mentioned in his pamphlets from Ivan Sanderson in regards to the feet was the toe. The toe was large. This footprint is massive and it has a large toe.
Before leaving the site, the team pours a mold into the mysterious footprint and marks it for retrieval.